Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. It's going to be a bit of a country hop on this episode, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. Switzerland's Financial Market Supervisory Authority, or FINMA, has released guidance on regulatory requirements for payments on the blockchain under FINMA supervision. The new guidance for virtual asset service providers, published on the 26th of August, applies to blockchain service providers, including exchanges, wallet providers, and trading platforms. In its preface to the guidance, FINMA notes its adherence for the Framework for Digital Asset Regulation, issued this June by the Intergovernmental Financial Action Task Force, or the FATF. So what we have, especially, I find it very weird, but I guess it all kind of plays together, and it's nice that we have it all at one time as opposed to completely spread out. Is like a regulatory thing that's been happening. In the beginning of summer, we had information by the Financial Action Task Force that countries around the world who felt like dealing in cryptocurrencies would have to comply with their regulations in order to be able to do anything within the cryptocurrency space. Exchanges, wallets, whatever ended up happening, that they had to simply know about it. So this is where the, I guess the regulation part comes in. But like I said, the really good part is that it's all happening at the exact same time. So while 2018 was believed to be the year, or was going to be the year, for us to have proper cryptocurrency regulations in place, it now appears that it's all happening now. Around this exact same time, we've had just about every major country up until this point, I think, except for the United States. I don't think, nope, we've also heard from Australia. Anyway, I think it's mainly just the US and a couple of other countries that haven't really come up with the crypto regulation, and now it is Switzerland's turn to give us the information as to how the regulations are going to work. FINMA underscores that blockchain sector businesses cannot be exempted from the country's existing regulatory standards, such as the Anti-Money Laundering Act. This is all the more crucial given what the watchdog perceives to be the intensification of risks such as money laundering and terrorist activity financing when it comes to pseudonymous blockchain mechanisms. The entire idea is that as the countries around the world don't have direct control over Bitcoin or Litecoin, i.e. they didn't create the blockchain, they can only see what's happening on the blockchain. Any other company who gets created, is made, has to make it so that any transaction that they are dealing with those blockchains that are pseudonymous, that governments don't have control over, must then report everything back to the governments to let them know exactly what was happening on their systems. If that makes sense. Blockchain service providers are thus required to conduct know your customer checks, following a risk-based approach to monitoring their business relationships, and notify the Money Laundering Reporting Office of Switzerland should they identify suspicious, air quote, suspicious activity on their platforms. Pretty much meaning when you sign up for them, if you're going to use their platforms, use their services, or use their banks, or use their services, whatever the actual case might be, you have to pretty much, same as a bank, you have to give them your name, your address, where you live, and probably also, I mean, not even probably, you have to report as well your taxes in the same exact breath. So that is the information from Switzerland that we have right now. Here's the actual article right here from Finance Feeds about what Switzerland is doing and how they have adopted the FINMA, what's the other one? Not just FINMA, where is it? Oh, and the FATF rules. The main thing that all governments right now care about is that if we can't control the blockchain, we want to at least know and control where payments are going, what have you, and directly tying into that as well, the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, or FINMA, has announced on Monday that it has issued banking and security dealers licenses to two pure play blockchain service providers for the first time. The new Swiss crypto banks are SEBA Crypto AG, which is registered in Zug, and Signum AG, which is registered in Zurich. With this development, they can now offer banking services for institutional and professional clients under supervision by the financial regulator in Switzerland, one of the most advanced markets in the world. SEBA Crypto AG is fully expected to go live in October 2019 with a previously announced operation with the 125-year-old Swiss private bank Julius Baer will enter into force. The startup raised $100 million francs in a September 2018 funding round and currently employs more than 60 people. I don't feel like reading the rest of it because it kind of continues going on. The entire point is that this was this has been major news for a couple of hours, if I can kind of say that, simply because we are now entering the world of cryptocurrency banks. And we already have the situation where cryptocurrency exchanges act as banks, but major banks around the world are making sure that they are not left behind, left in the dust. They also want to make sure that they can offer banking services as well. We have yet to see thus far any super major bank around the world announce that they are going to be doing the exact same thing. JP Morgan, Bank of America. I think Bank of America wanted to custody crypto, but we haven't heard about that in about 2 years. Deutsche Bank, all the major ones have yet to come forward and say that they're going to do this. I am probably certain in my own mind that they're also thinking of doing the exact same thing, because if the future is going to be digital and everything is moving over to a more digital cryptocurrency blockchain platform program, you have to also make sure that you continuously remain relevant when it comes to these things. So the point is, Switzerland, we now have a cryptocurrency regulation. I should have compiled the video. No, it would have been very boring if I had had every single country who's given us regulation thus far. How great of a video that would have been. The point is, Switzerland, we now know exactly what they're doing for cryptocurrencies. Here's the actual article. And we now know that the first two cryptocurrency / Bitcoin banks have now been given regulatory licenses. And I assume across the world, this will also only spread. Next up, we're in Brazil. The Central Bank of Brazil has moved to classify bought or sold cryptocurrency assets by the International Monetary Fund's guidelines. Brazil's central bank announced in the decision on the 26th of August. With the new classification under IMF standards, traded cryptocurrencies will be classified as non-financial products, and as such will be accounted for as goods on the central bank's balance sheet. The central bank balance sheet, just like a regular bank's balance sheet, summarizes its financial position and is made up of assets, equity, and liabilities. Since purchasing and selling cryptocurrency involves the execution of foreign exchange contracts, the central bank considers selling and buying crypto assets in the report and import statistics. Moreover, because Brazil is a net importer of crypto assets, this apparently has contributed to lowering the trade surplus on its balance sheet. According to Cointelegraph Brazil, the classification of cryptocurrencies as a good is significant. Recognition of cryptocurrencies as property would purportedly make them eligible to be used as a payment mechanism. The central bank notes that these classifications were recommended by the Balance of Payments Statistics Committee, an advisory committee to the International Monetary Fund Statistic Department that focuses on external sector statistics methodology. Wow, I was taking in all the breath I possibly could to try and finish that sentence. The point is, now, once again, another country, Brazil, we have the classifications for how cryptocurrencies are going to be treated. Many countries thus far have not, how do I say this? They've tried to make sure that the classification for cryptocurrency within their country, not just Brazil, but many other countries, has been that it's property, it's this, it's that. If you buy it, it creates something that you may have to tell the tax authorities in your country. If you sell it, you definitely have to tell the tax authorities in your country. If you are buying something with it, you have to tell the tax authorities within your country. But what's interesting and fascinating is that as more banks and more institutions end up getting into the space, they're also going to be buying and selling and holding and trading cryptocurrencies. So the laws are probably, and I assume they'll also even change within the next 3 years, are probably going to have to look a bit more favorable in that aspect, because if they're trying to punish normal people, that's one thing. But rich people look out for other rich people. So when you have a situation where you get taxed from buying or selling it yourself, and let's say a bank, throwing a number out there, ends up selling or executes a trade that's around $100 million, and the taxes on that are around 23%. Nobody wants to pay 23% on anything, especially when you're trying to conduct a trade. So anyway, the point is, these are the rules for Brazil. Now we have Switzerland, Brazil. I think we have Canada. We have most of Europe. I think they're also falling under the same exact guidelines from the IMF and the CFTC. Not many countries within South America do we normally get any type of cryptocurrency news at all. We usually get stuff about Venezuela and how bad the economy is, but I'm shocked, might I say, that Brazil has taken such a non-negative stance on cryptocurrencies within their country. Yeah. Next up, the Australian Securities Exchange, or the ASX, is teaming up with the fintech firm Digital Asset and VMware to move its current exchange platform onto distributed ledger technology, which is pretty much another way of saying a blockchain. Announced today, ASX and Digital Asset have signed a 3-year party memorandum of understanding to build a replacement platform for its existing clearinghouse electronic sub-register system known as CHEST onto DLT. MOUs, memorandums of understanding, are usually non-binding documents that point to a company's intention. Begun in 2015, ASX plans on the new DLT platform to be up and running by spring 2021. Wow, that's a long time away. As of now, 30 to 40% of the new platform is available to replace Chess. Speaking to Zidnet, ASX Deputy CEO Peter Holm said ASX said MOU will make, sorry, just so many letters, will help it expand both product offerings and service locations across Australia and New Zealand's wonderful. The Australian Securities Exchange is now moving on to blockchain, and I want to say we've had regulations from Australia already. This may be why they're even moving into something like this. Everything, once again, is expected in the future. Rather, if it is financial, if it has value, it's expected to be digitized sometime in the future. And this is why we're seeing a vast uptick in the amount of securities exchanges that are popping up and digitizing themselves, because if everything is, let's say you have a car, a house, and you digitize it, air quotes, put it onto a blockchain, you put it onto one of these exchanges or whatever, this also leads to, whatever, the other thing where you can like fractionalize your securities. But the point is that these exchanges and these places are building up very rapidly, because it's expected that within the next couple of years, everything that has major value will be digitized. And I guess they're also just maybe trying to get a piece of the pie. Could be. Anyway, let's move on. There we go. Next up, German bank WEG Bank obtained a cryptocurrency trading and custody license in Estonia. I assume there's supposed to be a word after that. WEG Bank confirmed in a tweet published on the 25th of August that it had obtained, there we go, a crypto trading and custody license in Estonia. Furthermore, the firm also announced that it is now trying to take hold of a securities trading, like we were just talking about, and custody license in Japan. The bank stated, and I do quote, "We announced that as of today, we have secured full access to a crypto trading and custody license in Estonia and are equally applying for a securities trading and custody license in Germany." Once again, if everything is going to be digitized and securitized in a certain way, you want to be able to make sure that you can also trade those on your platform. And also, custody is not usually that often spoken about, but a lot of people also want to be, if you are trying to be, first of all, if you are a bank, if you're trying to become completely digital, you want to also make sure that at the exact same time that you have a license to be able to custody cryptocurrencies or other digitized assets on your platform, because not everybody is going to want to buy and sell their crypto or use it at the exact same time. They may have a large amount of Bitcoin or something else, or even whatever, just something that they want to hold onto a platform to, you know, I plan on having this here for 10 years. Can you custody it for me? This is what they're trying to do. WEG Bank also noted that the institution believes that working out a premium regulatory environment is one of its key assets. Sure, why not? Here's the actual tweet for it right here from them talking about the license that they acquired. For those of you who don't remember, WEG Bank is actually also 10% owned by the Litecoin Foundation. Quite fascinating. When I saw the name, I was like, this looks very familiar. Where have I seen these words before? Apparently, I think it says it's somewhere around here. I think they don't even have an actual, what was it? They don't have a license somewhere in Germany, and I think they're trying to actually expand there as well. Anyway, the point is, they've gotten a license in Estonia. I assume that they're going to, I think they're also one of the first cryptocurrency banks that had launched within the within the European Union. I was going to say United States, the European Union. So I assume they're trying to get as many licenses as possible to be able to launch in these other countries. And also, yeah, Litecoin actually owns 1/10 of them. This happened in 2018. Insane. So kind of cool to see that this is all moving forward. And to finish things off, tying directly into the Litecoin Foundation, Litecoin creator Charlie Lee remains committed to funding the Litecoin Foundation despite rumors that its financials are in the red. Lee told CoinDesk the crypto bear market hurt the foundation's numbers, much like other projects. Since 2017, Lee's donations have accounted for some 80% of the foundation's funding. He said, the goal, of course, is to get to get the Litecoin Foundation to be self-sustaining from donations, partnerships, and merchandise sales. Until we get to that point, I have and will continue to support the Litecoin Foundation financially as necessary. Litecoin Foundation Board Director Xin Wang said donations dropped in the first quarter of 2019 because of the broader bear market. After quarter 2 audits are complete, Wang expects the foundation's donations numbers to rise. He said, "I don't think there is a correlation between donations and enthusiasm," Wang told Chinese news site Xkong. "First, we did not actively solicit donations from the community in quarter 1. Secondly, the price of Litecoin was low, so the same amount of Litecoin donations were worth less than before. In quarter 2, we received hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of donations." Sure, kind of cool. There have been a number of rumors over the last couple of months that a number of cryptocurrency projects are not doing very well. We have heard that SV is not doing very well at all because 96% of Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision, is running on a weather app. We also had indications before, or rather news and proof, that Bcash wasn't doing well because they were trying to boost the number of the transactions on their network. And we saw on the blockchain that there's one address who accounts for more than 50% of all the transactions, and they keep sending cents back and forth. That is CENTS, that is pennies back and forth on the network to make it seem like more transactions are happening. We've had from a lot of the altcoins, this has been a very trying moment for nearly all of them, in that the negative news has not stopped when it comes to altcoin and exactly how bad they are doing. We've also seen over the last couple of months that the Litecoin Foundation has been trying to sell cufflinks and a number of other things to also get their numbers up and their funding and so and so and so. A lot of people have been telling me, whether it be in the comment section or somewhere else on the interwebs, that Litecoin is going to be just fine, simply because of partnerships that they have. And I think there's a sports game coming up in the next couple of weeks where Litecoin's banner is going to be on the side for people to see. We'll see exactly what ends up happening. I assume Litecoin will do well, but I think Litecoin definitely needs a price boost because a lot of the hype from the reward halving has all but faltered, as Litecoin is pretty much almost near below $70 at this point. Anyway, fascinating turn of events, as it were. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Miller hits chest every day and Kyle skips leg day. Minting coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anthony Charles, Nick Mangialavori, Paxis, Cryptombeer Shipmate, Vlad the Impaler, Richie Rich III, Nick Kanaya, Setsuna, Damian, Nicholas, One Peace, One Love, Cryptopolis, Crypto Artist, Coldy, 3D, Strange, Radio Central, Mechanic, JR, Milweezy, Adobo, Bankroll Network, Crypto Joe, 242 to the World, Wise Night Owl, Jared Schneider, Triple M and J, Woody and Daisy, Brady Niels, Master Ventures in Thailand, Mohammed Maroney, Adam Krizik, and Professor Wally from Gunbot University. Thank you all very much for your support. At the moment, markets mostly in red. Two things. No real reason why it would be up right now, except for all the fantabulous news that we've been getting nonstop about crypto adoption. However, nothing has caused the market to spike, and therefore everything is kind of a bit low right now. No real negative news, except for the news that we had yesterday about the potential 500,000 Bitcoin sell-off, which probably, in my opinion, is not going to happen. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed the regulation, because I mean, it's all over the place right now. I decided to slam it all into one video because I was like, there's a lot of stuff happening at the exact same time that has to do with cryptocurrency regulations. I assume we're going to get more sometime as the week goes on. If not, also during the next weeks, as we, like the last country to do it that we're waiting for is the US, but it's nice to see that other countries are at least moving forward because they understand where the space is going. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.